you very much for attending this session. I will try to explain, I'm quite clear that in less than 1 hour, about Arabic mathematical notation in general. I will try to make it like a discussion of how Arabic mathematical notation is done, but obviously this is related to the implementation into our solution, Wiris, of that notation. So, well, of course, I will be showing how we have been doing that. I say we because obviously Wiris team is a team here. It's not myself who's working on that. I'm in fact just explaining the work of others. Okay, so let's see how it works. So basically, how does it look like mathematics in Arabic? We have to say, first of all, it depends on the country. So as we will see later, each country has a different way of doing mathematics in the Arabic countries. Arabic language is written, if I understand it correctly, just the same everywhere, but it's only the math formulas are slightly different. Okay, the main qualities of the mathematical notation in Arabic are, as all the Arabic language, fact of writing right to left. Okay, European languages are left to right. Arabic language is right to left, like others. Apart from right to left writing, formulas are mirrored, so they are like seen as if you've seen them in a mirror. And we also have the Arabic indic numbers. As everybody knows, the numbers that we use in European or American languages are Arabic from its origin, and they are well known and known as Arabic European numbers. Okay, in the Arabic countries, they tend to use the Arabic indic numbers or the Eastern Arabic indic numbers. Okay, so we will see that as well. Okay, as I was saying, the notation is by countries. That means that you can see in red the sorry, I didn't want to do that. So we can see in red Morocco. Morocco is a very special case in the Arabic countries. So Morocco is writing the mathematical notation left to right. Right, they do everything right to left. They do mathematical notation left to right, and they are using the Arabic European numbers for numbers in their formula. Okay, that's the one in red. Okay. For all the blue area here, so Mauritania, Algeria, Libya, Tunisia, Syria, Iraq, Oman, Yemen, and others, you get left to right for the formulas. Okay, so you get left to right. Formulas are also mirrored, but you still get the European numbers. Okay, like this 6 and this 3, that at least I can easily recognize. Okay, and finally, for the most special guys, including Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Sudan, they tend to use right to left notation, but also Arabic indic number. Okay, so we've seen here the 6 and 3 as an example. Okay, well, I'm sure. Oh, I lost that. Okay. So, well, maybe Losijet can give us some details, but I understand that Ethiopia is, well, if the Arabic notation is being used there, should be more or less like the blue area, but Ethiopia is not in my list initially. Okay. So that's the main thing. So that's how it looks like. We are basically going to discuss how to do that. Okay, so it's just a matter of how to get that happening. First of all, right to left and formula mirroring. As as you may imagine, since you like move things right to left, the mathematical notation symbols have to be mirrored. Keep the mathematical meaning. Okay, when you get x into like a subset of naturals, the subset has to be like open on the side of the bigger subset and close on the side of the smaller. So if you write notation, your formula right to left, you simply have to mirror your symbol. Otherwise, it would have a simply another meaning. Okay. I will show you how to do that. Okay. So we go to the editor. That is a demo site. Well, as you can see, we have the well. Let me start with something like the typical thing or the European thing. So this is like the equation editor as it used to be. So you can make formulas. Okay. Whatever. We have an example of here of how to do that in Arabic. If I switch to Arabic, okay. First of all, you get the toolbar that is right to left, so all symbols are on the other side. You get this now symbols that are mirrored. Okay, and I can say X belongs. Sorry, well, that's the regular problem with how to move the, the cursor in Arabic. It's always very difficult for me. I'm not used to that. Okay, like that. Okay. If I go back again and say I'm not using right to left anymore, formula is going to be seen as usual. Okay, so we have this little icon here. As a user, you will always be able to determine. Sorry, I I, I think I'm not I'm not sharing this with everybody. Okay, sorry, I'm speaking, but you're not seeing what I'm doing. My mistake. Let me share my screen. If I find where, okay, I share my desktop. Okay, 1 second. I'm sharing the screen with you. Okay. Can you all see what I'm doing? Okay, it's working perfect. So I start again. I start again. So I'm I'm going to this equationator. So you're seeing like a demo of the equationator right now. If we see that working in English, we can see an x subset of natural numbers. Okay, that's simple. If we want to get that formula right to left, we simply go here to the right to left button. If I press it, we simply have the formula the other way around. Okay, very simple. That's just changing that. When I work in Arabic, what we have is we have the full toolbar right to left. So you can see that the tabs of the windows are now right to left, and by default I have the right to left button activated. Okay, so when I create a formula, I by default get those things on the right place. Okay, so now that's how it works. Okay, more things. Well, that's our decision. Okay, of how that works. As you were seeing in the demo, we have like a couple of ways of working. We have the Arabic, super Arabic way of doing things. okay, and just Arabic. It's interesting to see some examples here of how things work. For example, those are some formulas that you would be seeing in the blue area countries, so Tunisia, Libya, and others. So that's the way like some formulas would look like. Okay, if I go to the same examples in Saudi Arabia, would be looking slightly different. Okay, so they would look like this. So we have like basically changed the numbers for the Arabic Indic numbers. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's keep up with that. Mm, the Arabic numbers, as I was saying, Arabic numbers are, well, all the numbers that we are using are basically Arabic. So we can speak about the Arabic European numbers with that you can see on the screen, and we can see the Arabic Indic numbers, which are second line here. The third line are the Eastern Arabic Indic numbers, which are basically speaking the ones used in Farsi, the language of Iran, and maybe in some other regions, but basically speaking Iran. You can see that Arabic Indic numbers and Eastern Arabic Indic numbers are basically the same. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 are the same. 7, 8, 9, and 0 are the same. Only the 4, 5, and 6 change. So, well, they're not so different, but you need to be able to do that. Okay. So if we go back again to the demo sites, what we have is that typically, if you are an Arabic user, you already have the numbers in your own keyboard. Okay, so if you want to write a nice number 1 in Arabic, you can simply press your keyboard. However, since like many of us are not Arabic users, or maybe your keyboard doesn't have that, you have the possibility to create those numbers here directly in Virus Editor. Okay, let me do this a little bit bigger, make it easy for you to see it. Okay, so if I press, the first line is for Indic numbers, the second line is for Eastern Arabic Indic numbers. Okay, so if I press the first line, and you're gonna see my keyboard, of course, but I'm pressing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's easy. If I change to the other numbers, well, let's try to make that a little bit bigger. Okay, like this. Okay. Right now, change to the Arabic to the Iran numbers. If I press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, well, they are simply those. The 3 middle ones are different. Okay, so it is important that as a user you can select which kind of Arabic numbers you want to use, so you can introduce them into the keyboard, into your formula. Okay, so that's for the Arabic mathematical notation in numbers. Finally, the third big topic that I didn't mention at the beginning are ligatures in Arabic. So I don't know if you are familiar to ligatures. Basically, ligatures are fact of typographically joining characters while you have them written together. Okay, I tried to make an example here for you. So if we have S and W written separately with a space in the middle, we get this like this. Okay, so S and W written together are S and W in Arabic. If you write them together, you can see that the first symbol, the S, is changed, so it's not anymore with this like little moon in the bottom, but it's simply written all at once. It's like, let's say, one unique moon. Okay, that is the so-called ligatures in Arabic. That's the way you should be writing ligatures. What have we done with virus? We understand that when you're writing mathematical formulas, you're not typically working words or writing words. You're typically writing like polynomials, let's say x times I or something like this. Okay? So what we've done is we've decided not to apply ligatures unless two options. You're in the text mode, so if you're writing text, ligatures apply, or you simply decide that you are going to use ligatures because you simply want it. Okay, so let me show how that works. Okay, so here I'm now going to switch my keyboard to Arabic. Okay, if I write SW, you see that as we were saying, they are written separated. Okay, if I decide to create a text, this is the text icon in Virus, and I now write SW, you get them together. Okay. Well, that's one way to make the ligatures. Another way to have ligatures is that Virus. Let me show how it works without Arabic. So without Arabic, and if we write, let me go back to like Catalan in keyboard. If we write 1x, okay, I'm still with this and special mode. Okay, if we write 1x in Virus, you get the 1 in regular writing, and the x appears as italic. That's like a decision by Virus because we understand that variables are typically written in italic mode, but numbers are not written in italic mode. Okay, and that's what's being like described here. If I change that to mine, so if I stop that mode, when I write 1x, you get, if I stop that mode here, you get the x not being slanted, not being italicized. That is considered not beautiful by many mathematicians. So we decided to have that activated by default. If we activate the other mode, like the really italic mode, you get the 1 and the x slanted. Okay. So, well, that's what we typically do. So what typically Virus does is numbers are not italicized, variables are. If you deactivate that mode and you go back to Arabic, I'm going back to Arabic here, and I write SW. If you deactivate the italicized mode, we get the ligatures back to you. Okay, so you can get your ligatures by selecting a text or by simply deactivating the smart mode of writing formulas that Virus uses. Okay, so in the smart mode, in European languages, you get numbers in regular way and variables italicized, and in Arabic you get variables. You don't use ligatures. If you deactivate that mode, you get ligatures. You get ligatures in Arabic, and you get just everything non-slanted in European languages. Okay, so I'm working. I'm speaking too much. I'm not really sure if that is being followed, but let me follow with that. Okay, finally, there's still work to be done. Work to be done is quite a lot. So in Arabic, you get ligatures for symbols like the limit. You're seeing that here. That is not implemented in Virus Editor. It will be implemented in the future. It's not yet there. Okay. Okay. So I've tried to make like a approach of how to get Arabic notation and what does Arabic notation look like. And now the question is how to use that in Moodle. So if you want to know how to use that in Moodle, basically I need to introduce you what Wiris is for Moodle. So Wiris is basically um, a suite of tools for mathematics in Moodle, including the equation editor. If we go and visit this wiris.com/Moodle, you'll be able to download all the components, okay, and install the editor into your Moodle installation. You'll find here a link to a demo, also documentation instructions for installation and downloading files. You'll be able to find the editor, but also quizzes components to create math questions, and also an online calculator for Moodle if you are interested in that. Okay. So once you install that, things are pretty easy. So you simply have to put the components and make them work. If you are working on the let's say the red countries or the green countries, where like Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Sudan, that behavior is what Wiris editor works as default behavior. So right to left and Arabic Indic numbers. If you want to use other notations, you should really contact our support team. Okay, I will give you the coordinates for that. It would be it would be much more easy if Moodle had different Arabic language packages, but since Moodle doesn't have those Arabic language packages, you will have to make some tricks to our configuration file. I can see that this screen is not well seen. I will upload a different version later, okay, for you. In any case, having that working in your system shouldn't be very difficult. So I'd like to, and I believe that's basically all what we have here. I'd like to thank the W3 consortium for all the work they've been doing with Arabic language for mathematics. We've been following this document by W3C, Arabic mathematical notation. Would especially like to thank Azadin Lasrek from Marrakesh University. He's been very helpful to us, so we've exchanged some emails with him regarding the mathematical notation. He's been very helpful and very fast answering our questions. So we'd like to thank him especially for his support. And well, now I would like to give you some links to what we've seen. So wiris.com Moodle, you will find all the components for you. And in wiris.com Solutions Arabic, you will find again this, all what I've been explaining a little bit more structured. So you'll find all details here. Okay. If you look into you will also find it described in Arabic for those who understand it. Okay, that's not my case, unfortunately. Finally, I'd like to give you the coordinates of our support team. They are available at support@wiris.com. They can answer you in English or Spanish. Unfortunately, not yet in Arabic, but feel free to write to us if you have any problem. You will also find us at Twitter and Facebook and other communication channels. Okay, I'd like to thank you all for attending. That's me, Ramon Eixarch. That's my email. You can find me on Twitter as well. And I'm looking forward to any comments or suggestions that you need. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ramon.